Hey guys, thanks for tuning back into my channel. So today I'm just going to do a video on this look, and it's going to be a top 3 video. It's just basically this is basically my everyday look, and I'm just going to tell you guys where I've been and all of that. So if you want to see how I achieved this look, and if you want to know where I've been, then just keep watching. Thank you. Woo! It feels so good to be back in front of the camera. Y'all do not understand. I'm just going to use my Urban Decay De-Slicking Primer. This is actually becoming one of my favorite and most used primers. It's really tacky and it's oil free too, but it's really tacky and it just helps my foundation stick really well to my skin, and I just love it. So I'm just going to use my LA Girl Pro Concealer. This is my skin tone. This is in the shade Beautiful Bronze, and I'm just going to use it to just make sure my eyes is all one color. So I just place it on my eye, and then I just blend it in with my finger. And for today's look, I'm just going to be using my Tarte Man Eater palette. So I'm just going to start off with this color right here. Hopefully it's in focus for you guys and hopefully you can see, but it's the shade Pure or Purr. And I'm just going to use this as my transition color. But most of you guys that know me, and this is going into where I've been, but most of you guys that know me or that have been watching me for some time know that I am in the Air Force. So, you know, being part of being in the military is having to go away for some time, and I did not expect it. This was my first time, you know, going overseas, so I didn't know what to expect, and I thought that I could get some videos done for you guys, but I couldn't. So I'm sorry about that. If I lost a few subscribers, I hope you guys come back now that I'm back. Then I'm going to go into this brown shade right here. That's crazy. This brown shade right here is called Saucy. And I'm just going to do the exact same thing, but I'm going to focus more on deepening the outer and inner corners. But I went to England and it was such a great experience. Like, I've always said I don't want to deploy, I don't want to do a TDY, I don't want to do none of that. I've always been scary to go overseas. Like, I've flown plenty of times before, but I've never flown overseas. I've never been on a plane for a super long time. You know, the plane ride going there was 8 hours, and it was like a non-stop flight, but then coming back, we stopped in I think we stopped in Maine. And we did like a hero's walk where all of the veterans come and they welcome you back home and they feed you or whatever. So that was pretty cool for me to experience too. But yeah, back to England. England was such a great experience. Like, I would go back. But let me tell y'all the bad things about England. So England does not have AC. Like, and you know, they say that England is a very cool spot. It's always raining, and I guess that's why they don't have AC. But honey, your girl need AC, okay? I'm not gonna even hold y'all up. Luckily, I was able to get a room that had a fan in it. I'm just gonna go into this shade right here. It's the shade Midnight. It's like a deep brown. But yeah, yeah, they don't have AC, and I guess, you know, like I said, they're used to it being very cool there, very chilly there. But honey, it was hot as hell, okay? It was hot as hell with no AC, and it was just like, wow, I'm like a really privileged American because honey, I cannot do without no AC. And they don't have ice. I love ice. If you know me, you know that I love eating ice. I love ice cold drinks. and they did not have that there. So that was pretty crazy to me because, like I said, I love ice. I'm always crunching on some ice. The only time I got ice is when we went out to like a club and you know, they put ice in my drink. Oh, and I would even ask them, can I just have a cup of ice too? So I can just crunch on some ice because I love ice. You know what else is crazy? They don't twerk in England. Like, I'm always twerking. I love twerking. Like, trust me. If you guys ever met me, you'll be like, dang girl, you was always twerking. If you guys follow me on Snapchat, you see that I'm always twerking. Every time I'm going out, every time I'm with my friend, or even if I'm just at home, like I'm always twerking. I love twerking. Like, twerk is life. And I was still, even though they don't twerk in England, I was still twerking. They was learning some new dance moves for me, okay? Because, baby, I got to twerk. So now I'm going to go with this shade. This is the shade Foxy. And I'm going to place it in the middle of my eye. And of course, I'm going to spray some Fix Plus on it as well. Actually, I'm going to spray this Prep and Prime spray. It's going to do the same thing that the Fix Plus does. So I'm just going to pack the color on my brush, and I'm going to spray. I'm sorry if this video is going to be long, but like I said, I missed y'all. And I want to tell y'all about England. But anyway, so I was still in the club twerking, and I was drunk. So my friends were like, girl, people have their phones out. Like, what is this girl doing? But I did not care because I just wanted to twerk. I'm just gonna go back with the saucy brown color, and I'm just going to smoke out the edges of the Foxy color, the metallic color, so that it doesn't look like harsh, you know? Blend out all of the harsh lines. Okay, so I got my lashes on, so now I'm just going to move back to my face and we're going to continue with this conversation. So I'm going to, if you guys have seen some of my videos, you know that I've tried this foundation, this the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation, and I just didn't really like it that much. Sorry, my eyes are burning. I didn't really like it that much, but I figured I always give stuff more than one chance. So I'm just going to spray some more of the Prep and Prime on my face. And then I want to put my foundation on. Hopefully I like it this time. And yeah. So, let's see. I was in England when that London attack happened. And it was so crazy because I had just came from London the day before that attack happened. And my friends were in London while the attack happened. So, you know, that was like really, really crazy to me. Like, wow, this is really like, hopefully this oxidizes, but right now it's like same old, same old. But yeah, my friends were actually in London, and the attack that I'm talking about is when some guys started running people over with their van and then got out and started like slitting people's throats. I don't know if you guys heard about that on the news, but yeah. And I was trying to get in touch with them to see if they were okay, but they were not responding. And I was just super, super scared. And I called my dad and I was like, Dad. I told my dad, like, Dad, do you see, are you watching the news? And my dad was in the military, so you know, he's always watching the news. He's always aware of what's going on in the world. And I'm like, Dad, are you watching the news? Do you see what's going on right now? Like, I'm so scared. I was just in London yesterday, literally yesterday. And my friends are in London right now because some of them had to work. And that's why they couldn't go with us. And I'm like, my friends are in London right now. I can't get in touch with them. Like, I'm just I was just so scared and so nervous. I've never been that close to, you know, any type of attack. Then the fact that, you know, we're on these people's land, and, you know, I was just afraid, you know. I was just really afraid and nervous. But, you know, my friends, they were okay. I still don't know actually why they didn't respond to me. I think they didn't have service. Like, our service sucked ass out there. It really did. And the Wi-Fi out there was horrible. I sound like a really privileged American right now, but it was like the phone service. I'm like, dang, they don't have cell phones in England, like, dang. But they only had like 3G service out there, so it was just really crazy. I visited a bunch of places while I was there. I went to Bristol, and that's like a college town out there, and the girls out there were so beautiful, because the girls out there that I was seeing, they were not attractive at all. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys. They were not attractive at all, and I'm just like, wow. You know, I thought foreign girls were pretty, but the girls I was seeing were just like basic. And but in Bristol, they had like the best looking women out there. And what else? I went to Oxford, so I don't know if you guys like Harry Potter. I don't really like Harry Potter, but when I was growing up, I love to read. So when I was growing up, I did read the books. So, and I saw like 1 or 2 of the movies. So Oxford University is basically like where Harry Potter was founded, I'm assuming, because we went into the cafeteria, and I'm like having deja vu, like, I've seen this cafeteria before somewhere. And they're like, yeah, if you ever watch Harry Potter, you know, this is where the cafeteria scenes were, or this is what they looked like. I'm like, I've seen this. And when I was in London, where Harry Potter would get off of where Harry Potter would go to his school at, I believe, platform 9 3/4 or 9 3/4, that was in the London train station, so it was cool. People were taking pictures there, but the line was way too long, and I don't really care about Harry Potter that much to be taking pictures. So I did not take a picture, no. But you know, they had like a little store there. It was pretty cool. The people in England are so nice, and everyone in England has a dog. It seems like they love their dogs out there. They don't like cats as much, but they love their pet dogs out there. And the dogs there are like so friendly. They don't chase you. They don't bark. Like, I don't even remember hearing a dog bark while I was out there. So it was just a really good experience. Where else did I go? I went to Oxford. I went to Bristol. I went to London. I think that is all of the places that I went to. But it was just really, really cool. It gets dark out there at like 10 p.m. and at 3 a.m. it's back bright as hell. Bright sunlight. I'm just like, dang, it feel like, you know, it was just nighttime. I don't drink beer. Well, I drink some beer now after being out there, but they have really good beers out there and really good cider. I'm just studying this with my Laura Mercier powder, but they have like you know, hard apple cider. I guess that's what it is out there, but yeah, it's really, really, really good. The cider out there, like, when I tell you guys, we were like drunk every night. We were. It was so, I'm gonna insert some pictures. It was so beautiful out there. It was really, really green. It was really green out there. I'm trying to think of what else to tell you guys about England. Oh, also when I was in Oxford, I don't know if you guys seen the movie Alice in the Wonderland, or Alice in Wonderland, whatever it's called. But in Oxford, where the college students like sit, I guess, outside and do their homework or whatever, the little bench where Alice would meet the little creatures at, I guess, that was there too. I'm just like, wow, a lot of things are based out in London, isn't it? But yeah, it was just a really, really great experience for me. Especially me being scared to go out of the country. I'm not as afraid anymore. Like, I would go back to England anytime. I would go back to England. I don't know about Paris because it's too much going out there. And I mean, not Paris. I don't know about London because it was just way too much going on out there. And London wasn't really that spectacular to me. I'm sorry. It was just like, okay, this is London. Wow. Okay. Nothing, you know, it just wasn't nothing that I really cared about. And this might sound crazy, but I don't care about a lot of stuff. Like, a lot of things that people care about, I don't really care about, and I can do without. I'm going to take my BH Cosmetics contour palette. I'm just going to probably mix these two shades right here. I really missed filming though, guys. I barely even wore makeup out there just because I was working and I just really didn't, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it. So it's a good thing about when you don't want to do something, you don't have to do it. I just did not feel like wearing makeup. I probably wore makeup and got cute like once or twice. I remember we went to a club one day and I looked nice. I had on like a little Fashion Nova outfit, you know, I had my heels on, all that. My feet was hurting and it was not worth it because the club that we went to that night was really boring. But the people made it fun. The people that we went with, I feel like you can be in a shitty situation and the people that you're with when you're in that shitty situation can make it. Because the heat there, the no ice thing, the clubs wasn't all that great, but when you go with fun people, anything can be fun. So I really enjoyed my time out there, and when I came back, I was so ready to come home, but once I got back I was like, man, I kind of wish I was still in England, like, you know, worry free, you're away from all of your troubles. I don't know, it was just great. So I think that's a good thing about being in the military. You get those breaks away from, like, you're still working, but it's kind of like a break away from reality. Because, you know, everybody's going through things, I'm going through things, and I feel like I really needed that. Like, it came at a great time, you know. And then now I, you know, have met a bunch of people. And I met some people in England too, but I mean, like, people that I've never seen at my base, I've met, and, you know, we've all connected on different types of ways, and I just think it was just really great. It was just a really great experience. So now that I wiped away that, I'm gonna go and do my under eyes really quick, just using the same colors that I used in the beginning. Just to pull everything together under my eye, and I can be finished with the eyes. But yeah, I really had a great time in England, like a great time. I learned a lot of new things. Even when it comes to like my job, I learned a lot of new things that I didn't know with my job, and it made me realize like how important my job really is. Because, you know, I just go to work and do my job and go home, like, and out there, like, I did the same thing, but actually getting a chance to see, you know, the work that I do, it was just like, wow, you know, your job is really important. You think you just coming to work and doing it and it means nothing, but it actually means a lot. And the hero walk actually meant a lot to me too, because it's like, wow. Cause you know, people, I'm in the military, and the fact that I hadn't deployed or anything like that yet, when people would come up to me and be like, you know, thank you for your service, things like that, in my mind I'm like, I'll say, you know, you're welcome, but in my mind it's like, I haven't even done anything yet. But the fact that, you know, I got to experience actually doing something, my whole viewpoint on that is different now. So thank you to all of the people who thank me for my service. It means a lot to me, and yes. So I'm going to use my NARS Orgasm blush. I actually really love this blush, and yeah, I just love the blush. Okay, the foundation looks a little better to me now, but I think it's because everything's coming together. But yeah, I'm just going to, when I do my blush, I kind of like to mix it with my contour, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, I be going strong with my contour. I really do. But it's okay, it's all good in the hood. I'm gonna use two different highlights today. I'm gonna use my Kylie Jenner chocolate cherry highlight. I actually love this highlight a lot. I'm gonna use my Ofra highlight, and I'm just going to lay down the chocolate cherry first, and then I'm gonna go in with the Ofra on top. Dang, I honestly don't even need highlight. But what's the look without highlight? Dang, bitch. My highlight is effing popping. I hope this video doesn't end up too long, but like I said, I just really missed you guys. So, if it is too long, I'm sorry. I hope you guys don't skip through. Yes. I'm gonna have to blend that in with my finger. Honestly. Okay, push through, Oprah. I've had this sitting in my, what do you call it? I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face and let it all sit, melt together. But I've had this Ofra spray. I feel like I said Oprah first. I've had it for some time. I just never used it, but I just felt like I need to use new things, because I feel like I'm always using the same things in my videos, which is part of the reason why I use like a different palette, because normally I just use my Morphe palettes and call it a day. Oh, but one thing I'm not gonna stop using is my Kylie Jenner. I just can't. But yeah, I just want to use a lot more new things. So I was just like, I might as well start today. But the look that I'm probably going to film tomorrow is a look that I've been wanting to film for some time. I have been wanting to film it like for a while, but things just kept getting in the way. It's going to be a, dang. See, I don't need to talk when I'm doing my lips. It's going to be a purple cut crease, a purple glitter cut crease. It's basically going to be like a monotone look. My favorite color is purple, so yeah, it's going to be like a monotone look. This lip that I'm doing right now is my signature lip. Like, anytime I wear makeup, when I'm not filming, I use this lip. This or like a red. So that's the Kylie Jenner. And then this is BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade Muse. Sometimes I use Kapow from ColourPop. And this is like a handmade nude for me. And then I use my Too Faced Lip Injection Glossy in the shade Like a Boss. It's just like the purple lip injection. Those of you who know me know I love my lip injection. Because lately I just haven't been feeling the matte look.
Luxury Beats.